Most women think looking taller means wearing heels every single day. Doesn't. In fact, there's one styling habit that's quietly making petite women over 60 look shorter, and almost nobody realizes they're doing it. Stick around because today I'm going to show you exactly what it is, along with several other simple tricks that instantly add inches to how tall you appear, without ever stepping into a pair of uncomfortable shoes. Hello my lovely friends, and welcome back if you're already part of this community, and a big warm welcome if this is your first time here. I'm so glad you found this channel. This is a place where we talk about looking polished, elegant, and confident after 60, without needing a huge budget or hours of effort. If that sounds like your kind of place, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now because I've got a lot more style secrets coming your way. Today we're diving into something so many petite women struggle with: how to look taller and more put together, using nothing but smart choices you already have in your closet. Let's get into it. Point 1. Breaking up your outfit with too many colors. Here's something that catches almost everyone off guard. When you wear an outfit that's broken into multiple colors, say a light top, a darker skirt, and then shoes in a completely different shade, your eye naturally stops at each color change. Every stop your eye makes shortens the visual line of your body. It's not about the colors being wrong. It's about how many times the eye has to pause. Most women don't realize this because we're taught to add color and mix it up for interest. That advice works beautifully for someone tall, but for a petite frame, it can visually chop you into pieces. The fix is simple and honestly kind of freeing. Try building outfits in one main color family from top to bottom. This is often called monochrome dressing, but don't let that word intimidate you. It doesn't mean matching perfectly like a uniform. It means staying in the same tonal range, like different shades of camel, or soft variations of navy. A quick styling tip: if you're nervous about an all-one color look feeling flat, add texture instead of a new color. A ribbed sweater with a smooth skirt in the same shade still reads as one long line, but it has depth. I remember trying this for the first time with an outfit I'd worn for years in two-tone form. I simply swapped the contrasting shoes for a pair in the same tone as my trousers, and a friend told me I looked taller before I'd even said a word about it. That's the power of this one shift. And if you're worried about the cost, you don't need new clothes at all. Look at what's already in your closet and start pairing pieces within the same color zone. This costs nothing and takes minutes to test. There's also a confidence piece here that people don't talk about enough. When your outfit reads as one continuous shape, you stop feeling like you have to explain your choices or apologize for them. You simply look intentional. That's a different kind of confidence than just looking put together. It's the confidence of walking into a room knowing your reflection matches how you feel inside. Start small if this feels unfamiliar. Pick one outfit this week and try it in a single color family before you decide whether you like the look. Most women find they actually prefer it because it's one less decision to make in the morning too. Point 2. Wearing tops that cut you off at the widest point. But the biggest mistake is still coming, so keep watching because this next one surprises almost every woman I talk to. Let's talk about hemlines, specifically where your top or jacket ends. Many petite women unknowingly wear tops that stop right at the hip, which happens to be one of the widest points on most bodies. When a hemline lands there, it draws a horizontal line exactly where you don't want one, and it makes your lower half look shorter and wider at the same time. This happens so often because most clothing is designed for average or taller heights, and a top meant to hit mid-thigh on someone taller ends up landing right at the hip on a petite frame. The fix here is about finding your best hemline length, not necessarily buying different sizes. A top or cardigan that ends either above the hip bone or well below it, closer to mid-thigh, tends to elongate the leg line beautifully. An easy tip you can use today: try tucking in even a slightly longer top, just at the front, using what's sometimes called a French tuck. This creates a waistline where there wasn't an obvious one before, which instantly adds height to your silhouette. Think about a woman going out for lunch with friends. She reaches for her favorite cardigan without checking where it lands. If it stops right at her hip, that outfit is fighting against her instead of for her. But if she simply tries it tucked, or swaps it for one that's a touch longer, the entire line of her body changes. You don't need to buy anything new for this either. Stand in front of a mirror, try a few different tucks and lengths with things you own, and notice which ones make your legs look longer. It becomes obvious pretty quickly once you know what to look for. If you do want to add one affordable piece to your wardrobe, Look for a longline blazer or a duster-style cardigan that hits mid-thigh. These are widely available at almost every price point, from thrift stores to mainstream retailers, and they solve the hemline problem instantly because the length is already built in. You won't need to tuck or adjust anything. Just slip it on over whatever you're already wearing, and the whole outfit reads as longer and more intentional. Point 3. Ignoring the power of vertical lines. Here's a secret that stylists use constantly, and it's shockingly simple. Vertical lines trick the eye into seeing more height than what's actually there. This includes things like a long cardigan worn open, a subtle pinstripe, a scarf draped down the front, or even the seam lines on a well-cut pair of trousers. Many women avoid vertical patterns because they were told stripes are risky, or that a long open cardigan will make them look sloppy. But when done thoughtfully, vertical lines are one of the most flattering tools a petite woman has. Here's how to use them well. Choose a cardigan or a duster coat that hits below the knee, and wear it open rather than buttoned. That unbroken line running from your shoulders to your calves creates length instantly. If patterns feel like too much, even the placement of buttons down the center of a dress does the same job. For an affordable option, look for long open front cardigans at almost any budget store. You genuinely don't need a designer piece for this trick to work. What matters is the length and the fact that it stays open. I think about a woman who always felt her petite frame limited her outfit choices. The moment she tried a long open cardigan over a simple outfit, she said it felt like she'd added 3 inches without doing anything drastic. That reaction is incredibly common once women try this. What I love about this particular trick is how versatile it is. The same long cardigan works over jeans for a casual errand day, over a simple dress for lunch with friends, or over trousers and a blouse for something a little dressier. You're not buying a new outfit for every occasion. You're buying one smart piece that lengthens your line no matter what's underneath it. That kind of versatility is exactly what makes a wardrobe feel effortless instead of overwhelming. Point 4. The hairstyle mistake that's adding years and shortening your frame. The next hairstyle surprises almost every woman, so stay with me here. This one has nothing to do with clothing at all. It's about hair volume and where it sits. Many women over 60 keep their hair at a length that hits right at the shoulders with heavy volume on the sides. While this can look lovely, it visually widens the face and shortens the neck, which then shortens your overall silhouette. This happens gradually and innocently. As hair changes texture with age, many women add layers around the sides for fullness, without realizing that width at the sides competes with height. The fix is about redirecting volume upward and back rather than out to the sides. A little lift at the crown, even styled with your fingers and a light mousse, elongates the neck and lifts the whole look. You don't need volumizing sprays or expensive salon treatments for this. A simple round brush and a blow dryer aimed slightly upward at the roots can create this effect in minutes. An affordable styling tip. If you don't want to fuss with heat tools, try a soft half-up style that lifts hair away from the sides of your face. It takes 30 seconds and instantly opens up the neckline. Confidence-wise, this is one of those changes that makes women feel instantly more alert and awake, not just taller. When hair lifts away from the face, people often say things like, "You look so refreshed," even though nothing about your skin or makeup changed at all. A friend of mine used to part her hair straight down the middle with volume falling evenly on both sides. Once she shifted to a soft side part with a little lift near the crown, she said her hairdresser actually asked if she'd cut inches off, when really she'd only changed the direction the volume was sitting. That's how much of a difference this small adjustment makes, and it costs absolutely nothing if you're simply changing how you style the hair you already have. Point 5. Choosing bags and accessories that are too large. You'll definitely want to see this one because it's so easy to overlook. Oversized bags have been fashionable for years, and many women assume bigger automatically means more stylish. But for a petite frame, an oversized bag can visually overwhelm your proportions and make you look smaller and shorter by comparison. This mistake happens because trend cycles push large totes and oversized totes constantly, and it's easy to follow along without checking how it actually sits against your body. The fix is proportion, plain and simple. A bag that sits between your waist and hip, rather than one that hangs down past your hip, keeps your silhouette balanced. Crossbody bags with a slightly shorter strap or structured top handle bags in a medium size tend to work beautifully for petite frames. A quick trick. Hold your bag up in the mirror next to your body before buying. If the bag takes up more than about a third of your torso length, it's likely too large for a lengthening effect. This doesn't mean spending a fortune on a new designer bag either. Thrift shops and budget retailers carry plenty of well-proportioned bags, and sometimes it's as simple as adjusting the strap length on a bag you already own. The same rule applies to other accessories too, like scarves and jewelry. A chunky, oversized scarf wrapped multiple times around the neck can shorten things the same way an oversized bag does. A single longer scarf draped down the front instead adds to that vertical line we talked about earlier. Small swaps like this add up, and none of them require a shopping trip. It's really just about training your eye to notice proportion everywhere, not only in your clothing. If you've learned something new so far, I would genuinely love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments which one of these tips you're most excited to try, or which mistake you realized you've been making without knowing it. And if you're enjoying these timeless style tips, please take a second to like this video. It really does help this channel reach more women just like you. Point 6. The number 1 secret: where your waistline sits. And now the one everyone's been waiting for. Here it is. The single biggest factor in how tall you appear isn't your height at all. It's where your waistline visually sits. Raising your visual waistline, meaning the point where an outfit appears to cinch in, is the fastest and most powerful way to add height to your frame. Here's why this gets missed so often. Many petite women choose lower-rise pants or skirts out of comfort, especially as our bodies change over the years. But a lower rise pushes your visual waistline down, which shortens your legs and your overall silhouette, even if you're wearing heels or a longer top. The fix is wonderfully simple. Choose high-rise or mid-rise bottoms that sit closer to your natural waist. Pair them with a top that's tucked, or a belt worn at that higher point, and your legs will appear noticeably longer instantly. This single adjustment does more for height than almost anything else on this list. An easy styling tip: even a thin belt worn over a dress at your natural waistline, rather than lower on the hips, creates this lengthening effect in seconds. I've seen women try this one change alone and notice a difference before they've even adjusted their hair or their shoes. It's that powerful. And it costs nothing if you simply adjust how you're already wearing your clothes, or invest in one well-fitting high-rise pair of trousers that you reach for again and again. Confidence truly comes from feeling like your clothes are working with your body, not against it. When your waistline sits where it should, you stand a little taller without even trying. Posture tends to improve naturally too because everything feels aligned. I think about a woman who came to one of my styling sessions convinced that her petite frame was simply something she had to work around forever. We didn't change her body at all. We changed one pair of trousers to a higher rise and adjusted where her belt sat. She looked in the mirror and genuinely paused, because she looked longer, leaner, and taller, all from one adjustment. That's the kind of moment I love sharing with you because it proves that looking taller was never about height to begin with. It was always about knowing where to draw the lines. Here's what I want you to remember above everything else. Looking taller was never really about your actual height. It was about proportion, and about learning to work with the body you have instead of fighting it. Every single tip we covered today costs little to nothing, and most of them you can try this afternoon with things already hanging in your closet. Confidence has nothing to do with age, and it never did. Some of the most stylish, elegant women I know are barely over 5 feet tall, and they walk into a room like they own it, simply because they understand how to dress for their proportions. If this video helped you see your wardrobe a little differently, please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you enjoyed learning about these styling secrets, I think you'll really love my video on the biggest wardrobe mistakes that age women over 60 instantly. It pairs perfectly with everything we talked about today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Go try one of these tips today and I promise you'll walk a little taller before you even leave the house.